by forcing herself to read without any interruptions. It took a few months, but she's back in her groove. I wondered how many others her age were similarly affected by the digital noise in their everyday lives. I decided to create a simple memory survey and give it to two groups, ages 22 to 30 and ages 45 to 65. Here's what I found. I forget appointments. Young, 41%. Old, 45%. I forget people's names immediately after they have introduced themselves. Young, 82%. Old, 87%. I find I cannot remember something that is on the tip of my tongue. Young, 29%. Old, 35%. I forget important dates like birthdays and anniversaries. Young, 41%. Old, 45%. Even though I put things in a special place, I still forget where they are. Young, 53%. Old, 51%. I find that I have read several paragraphs without being able to recall what I read. Young, 59%. Old, 48%. I have gone into a room to get something, gotten distracted, and left without what I was there for. Young, 76%. Old, 80%. I begin one task and get distracted into doing something else. Young, 76%. Old, 69%. I have to go back to check whether I have done something or not, e.g., turning out the lights, locking doors. Young, 76%. Old, 78%. I make mistakes because I am doing one thing and thinking about another. Young, 59%. Old, 43%. George Miller's theory might explain why we should use the number 7 to clean up the pollution in our brains and regain some cognitive control. But what about the other phenomena? What about the 7 wonders of the world, the 7 seas, the 7 ages of man, the 7 daughters of Atlas and the Pleiades, the 7 levels of hell, the 7 primary colors, the 7 notes of the musical scale, and the 7 days of the week? Why were there only 7 habits of highly effective people? Why only 7 dwarfs, 7 ingredients in a Big Mac, 7 continents? Why were there originally only 7 deadly sins: lust, greed, pride, wrath, sloth, envy, gluttony? Especially since it's so easy to think of at least a dozen more. Why were the 7 sisters, a group of women's colleges, a group of Stalinist skyscrapers in Moscow, and a group of popular magazines aimed at women? And why, when asked to choose a number between 1 and 10, do most people choose 7? Why is there a 7-year itch? And why do the opposite sides of a die add up to 7? I began to investigate why the number 7 played such a dominant role in religion, science, the arts, literature, business, and education. 7 can not only filter the flood of information that constantly assaults us in our daily lives, it can also help us make smart choices when we search for a job, purchase a house, or even shop for orange juice. 7 can help us find the right words at the right time and avoid the words and phrases that undermine or embarrass us. I learned that the number 7 is that near-perfect value, and I wanted to celebrate and share its wonderful and ancient history. I also discovered that 7 has been used as a tool to define time, synthesize ideas, and keep one's mind and memory performing at top speed. 7 shows us how to get the most out of life and give the best of ourselves. It makes everyday living a little bit better. Chapter 1. Simplicity. Nothing is enough for the man to whom enough is too little. Epicurus. Why do we group so many things in 7s? 7 is more than a lucky number or a famous baseball player's uniform. It's the brain's natural shepherd, herding vast amounts of information into manageable chunks. It's also a special tool that can help you make smart decisions and sift through all the choices of modern life.